Okay, good afternoon, friends. DK with Mr. V Amps. We do have a load of auction crap to look through, go through, and then this is actually a donation to our channel from a customer. This is iCore, E-I-C-O-R, iCore tape recorder and player. And it has a microphone with it too. This is one of those electro voice microphones that we're familiar with from the Strobocons, or the Con Strobo tuners. That's the kind of one they use. So that's cool. And I know obviously you're not supposed to plug in antique electronics whether or not you know they work. But I did anyway because that's what I do. And initially I got a big buzz, you know, the big old ugly filter cap buzz, and then it stopped. And the motor kind of sluggishly came to life and then came up to speed. So the motor's noisy, but it actually runs. It will fast forward and rewind and play. But I haven't put a tape on it or tested it any further. I don't know that we're not super tape recorder enthusiasts here. There are some people who really are, but like I say, if this works even in the basic sense, I'm sure one of the tape recorder enthusiasts would just love to have this. And reality is they like to fix it. They don't want me to fix it for them. They want to fix it. So yeah, that was really cool. Thank you to our donor for that. I love that it has the original artwork. There's even some paperwork in here. Let's see what this is. Does this say like a warranty form, or I can't even tell. It's just a piece of paper. Oh crap, it's the schematic. Ha! Somebody, I don't want to tear it, but yes, that is the schematic. Way cool. Okay, first thing on our auction pile of crap is auction lot number 174. Actually, yes, that's an auction lot number. It's a fairly clean Fender Rumble 25 amplifier. I believe these are a little bass amp for practice. A monstrous rock and roll 8-inch speaker and a beefy cabinet. So it's a practice amp, kids. What do you want? Okay, so headphone jack, auxiliary in to play your tape deck, 3-band EQ, bass, mid, treble, a contour button, which probably has to do with something with mids, and an overdrive button, and a volume knob. Alright. And, okay, click and it's on. And max volume, I hear a little bit of a hiss, but not much. And allegedly, the overdrive button was said to not work. On, off, on, off. I think it might have just had some dirt in it, but the auctioneers actually felt guilty and gave me a little bit of slack on the invoice because of this intermittently not working correctly button. So, yay for that. Alright, let's get an instrument. Okay, so this thing's allegedly 25 watts and I've got the volume turned up a third of the way. I am actually impressed. For a little bitty 8-inch speaker, the way they designed this enclosure, it actually sounds like a bass. Cool. So that works. Let's see. Overdrive. Oh yeah, overdrive works. That works just fine. Okay. Bass. Good. Mid. Yep. That's working. And treble. Yeah. So all of those work. And that that changes the character of the mid. So it's kind of a scoop versus a traditional. Okay, so that was good fortune, I suppose. I don't think we need a video on this per se. We just need to give it a clean and get it ready to move on down the road. I like it, actually. A lot of these, solid state practice bass amps I think are a total joke, but this actually puts out some pretty good low end. It sounds like a bass, which is not something you can say for a lot of little bitty practice bass amps. So for being a little amp for somebody to practice in their bedroom or at their house and not blow up the neighborhood, I like it. Cool. Okay, so this is a Carbon BX600. We just got this back from the auction. There's actually a nice cover for the speakers, and the previous owner made their own little wheelie cart for the speaker thing. No idea if this works. The auction finds episode is, as planned, has gotten all kerfuffled. And there were a bunch of other miscellaneous things from the auction you won't be seeing, but we're going to get all the amp related things filmed anyway, because that's generally the gist of the channel. 410s and a tweeter on this cabinet. I plugged it in. I haven't turned it on yet. We'll see if it blows smoke when I turn it on. And it lit up. And it went click. So this has the relay protection thing in it, which is cool. I suppose we ought to just plug in something and see if we can get any sound out of it. So I'll just walk right in front of the camera, show you my poor skills. I'm running out of space in this lair right now between the customer repairs and the miscellaneous whatever that's been showing up from the auctions. Things have been good, but not too good. Most of the amps that I've gotten in worked. Some of them maybe needed some cosmetic work. There's one more I think I'm going to show you. Okay, so here's a bass guitar. Yep, it works. Sounds like it's underwater, but they have the treble rolled down a lot. So fix that. Okay, that's better. Graphic EQ. Let's try putting that at like maximum treble. Effects is on. Set the compressor. I'm probably putting my elbow in the way. Mute switch. Active is probably for the compressor. Yeah, that's to activate the compressor. And graphic EQ works. It's our pre-gain. Looks like we got a worker right out of the gate here. So if I turn down the master and then I turn the crap out of the drive, yeah, so we can get a gritty tone out of it, no problem. Cool. Compressor certainly does well the noise. Let's see how long we get sustained for. yeah, we got another worker. That's cool. Let's just listen to see if any of the switches are noisy. Seems okay. I'm not gonna... Volume switch is quiet. I don't know what effects in and out goes. I think there might be an effect loop on the back. That's what that's for. Okay, so these two, low mid, high mid, you can dial in where that's at, so it's like parametric. You set where the point is of those two up here, and all three you basically have low mid, mid mid, and high mid, so you get a lot of contour throughout there. Boy, they have equalization galore. They have all of that plus a graphic EQ. They must think you want to EQ your signal till kingdom come. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's nothing wrong with this. So that's pretty cool. Give this a bath and get it sold. This is BX600. I guess I can put up to 600 watts into a 2 ohm load. I think this is probably a 8 ohm cabinet, maybe a 4 ohm cabinet, so we're looking at like 225 watts, something like that. But yeah, this is a totally respectable bass rig. I'm good with it. I think we can find it a new home, and hooray for that. Okay, here's another auction find. I had to clean this up. It was particularly dirty. It just got really nasty and cruddy behind the speaker grill, so that's actually been cleaned and repainted. The paint was a little glossier than I wanted it to be. This is kind of cool. It's for acoustic guitar. It's got acoustic and PA. It's made by Acoustic, the brand. It's an AG60, 60 watt amp. 2 8-inch woofers with tweeters. They're like coaxial speakers like you'd find in a car, I guess. And you've got effects. You've got like a bright hall or dark hall, plate reverbs, delay, echo, chorus, flange. Pretty cool. And you've got essentially 2 channels, so you can put like a slapback echo on your voice and a regular reverb on your guitar or whatever you want to do. Sounds pretty good. Didn't need much. Some dingbat cut the ground plug off of it because they like to do that, and it was particularly grubby and it needed a good clean, but outside of that it works good. I'd like to demonstrate it, but that's going to involve getting a lot more things out, and I'm too filled up with stuff around here as it is. Das ist und Glockenspiel. This is part of a percussion kit. Kind of cool. So pretty cool. Part of a percussion kit, decent condition, needed a little bit of finagling. And this stand can flip back and forth. There's also a practice pad and a snare drum. So 8-lug chrome snare drum in need of a polish, but it's chrome, it'll polish out, that's not a big deal. And the snares and all that, it's in good condition. Again, you know, Verve brand, typical studenty kind of brand, but condition is really good, and that the stand and everything is in there, and it's got a practice pad. And then there's like a rolling luggage suitcase to move it around with. That's over there. Rolling luggage suitcase holds the drum and the glockenspiel and a practice pad. then there was a percussion stick bag, and by default I just discounted this and said, whatever. This is actually a DW branded stick bag, and considering the stick bag that I've got is kind of whooped, that's actually pretty cool. The drumsticks in here, they've got, you know, kids drumsticks. These are like Vader color sticks. They're okay. They're usable drumsticks, and these are in okay condition. Then there's some, you know, typical stuff. This is like mismatched. We've got a 5A and a 2B, but I think, you know, we'll find some pairs. There's a couple of generic ones in here, but the key here is we've got brushes. Okay, the brushes I've got are probably well over 20 years old, and they're whooped. But these are actually really good condition brushes. I have a feeling I've just been hanging around in there. And a set of brushes ain't cheap. So as a bonus item to go in this, you know, collection of stuff, that's actually a super bonus. It adds to it. You know, you can get these percussion kits on Amazon. I don't know necessarily that brand or that maker, but you can get, you know, the glockenspiel and practice pad and snare drum kits fairly affordably. But, you know, if you figure these sticks are, you know, I think they're $8, $9 a pair last I looked. I don't know. I've been playing with synthetic sticks for so long. I haven't bought drumsticks in 10 years, literally. But, you know, there's a lot of good stuff here. And, you know, the drum bag, all this stuff kind of adds up, and it really adds to the value. So initially, I was kind of like, oh, I paid too much for this. And then I looked at all of these accessories, and I'm like, yeah, this is an okay deal. So I think that'll conclude our auction adventure here. At least that's our primarily musically oriented stuff. There were a number of tube testers. We got 2, and they worked out okay. I was able to fix the one that didn't work so well. We're getting those sold. There is some new test equipment. I would love to show everybody everything, but we're sticking to the music stuff because we're like, I barely have enough time to demonstrate it. Orders are flowing in, business is busy.